Welcome to Let's Play Gran Turismo 3, episode 101, or 101 I should say. There is a room by that name, by the way, if you've heard of the programme, on BBC One. Anyways, now that all of our international A-license events are done, it is now time for us to head over to the other side of arcade mode. Or at least, as I would call it in some cases, the addition to arcade mode. As of which, that is time attack mode. And so, ultimately we have 10 of these. Basically we have to beat the record setting time, presumably by the development staff of this game. And we have 10 of these to go to, and circuits we're going to are Midfield Raceway, Trial Mountain, Tokyo, Deep Forest, Laguna Seca, Apricot Hill, Grand Valley, Swiss Alps, Tahiti Maze, and Complex String for our final time attack. So let's head over to the first one, which takes place at Midfield, and where the car we are driving is... Almost thought for sure I had a burp somewhere in there, but anyways. There is the top time we have to beat, and it is a 1 minute 24.993 in order for us to get the gold. And yeah, let's do this shit. And hopefully this time my TV will not be glitching out as much as it was originally. It just basically felt like my TV was giving me a C issue once I knew it started glitching, so I decided to simply reset the game and see if that would do anything. And this is very much a reality check of what I've eventually come down to, because I'm not even concentrating on it. Because I don't even think I'm concentrating at the moment. But then again, for most of these it's not too hard to get a gold. I would imagine it's probably when we get down to the final two that it will probably become a bit more of a challenge. Almost thought for sure I was going to lose it there, but fortunately not. As I now head through the chicane, and down the front stretch we go. And is this going to be good enough for a gold in spite of my errors? And yes it is, by over a second. And oddly enough, on that time, I actually went faster than I did previously. 2/10 faster to be precise than the original time that I set. But yeah, this probably won't be too hard for me to get all of them on gold, but again, Complex String is probably going to be the toughie. Anyways, 1 down, 9 to go. You set him up, then knock him down. And where the time we have to beat is set by Kobayashi for this run, of a 1 minute 49.025. Also, if you're asking me for who the record holder was on the previous time trial, his surname was, I think, Izumi. I think that's how you say it. Anyways. Test number 2, and we've got to get within the high 148s if we are going to achieve the gold. And I think it's fair to say keeping this car in third gear has actually benefited me under these regards. Under these unusual regards. I would think. So, this run is going pretty good to start with. Alright. Is this going to be good enough for a gold run? Oh yeah, this is definitely going to be a gold. Yay, I got the gold by nearly 3 seconds. Guess that's just how consistently quick I was. Surprisingly. So there we go, a 1 minute 46.4 is the gold time. Yep, I was way the fuck ahead of Kobayashi. I was about 2.5 seconds, or just over that. No, sorry. 2.6 seconds clear of Kobayashi in the end of that run. And the reason I haven't saved a replay yet is because, well, I'm saving that best till last. Anyways, next. Because we are going to Tokyo. And where the time we have to beat is a 2 minutes 2.3 set by Hasegawa? Whatever. Okay, let's try that again, except this time actually try to use the fucking brakes. Brakes are for slowing down, you fucking moron. So take no incentive of my original run that was farcical. Hopefully this run will be less terrible. Or at least I will manage to get past the second corner before I say that. Okay. Well, I still think my entry into the first corner was still squirrely, but somehow the rest of the lap so far has actually not been quite as terrible. So, at the moment, I would say I'm actually going pretty well. In terms of what I'm officially seeing at the moment. And had to shift down to third gear there. Don't think I would have got through there in fourth gear without touching the concrete, which is exactly what I think would have happened. I'm going to stamp on the brakes as I enter that corner, as we now go through the final hairpin turn to officially concluding the lap here in Tokyo. This could be a sub 2 minute time, but I wouldn't think so. But is it going to be good enough for gold? Yes it is. By just over a second. 1.3 seconds to be precise. So even though my entry to turn 1 was still terrible, as of which, when I say that, I was braking too little, somehow the rest of the lap was not as terrible as my first corner was. And I got the gold by 1.3 seconds. Alright, so 3 down, 7 to go. Let's now head over to Deep Forest. And where the time we have to beat is set by Marazi, which is a time of 1 minute 26.36. Seems simple enough. Just depends on if I have enough concentration to prove I can do it. We will just have to wait and see. But again, Deep Forest is a nice track. I'm pretty sure this will not take me too long. To achieve the gold. I just need to make this a smooth and flowing lap. You know, essentially make it a smooth lap with a contraflow in order to officially, you know, gain the recompense I need. Since I'm pretty sure I do not need to push particularly hard on this lap to go for broke. Alright, just gotta survive the final corner and then we should be Gucci. I have no idea how I survived that, but anyways, there we go, and yeah, I got the gold by 1.7 seconds, I think. Or just about. Anyways, 1 minute 24.6. Good enough for a gold by over a second. That's all I can really say. Yeah, whatever. Just needed a smooth and flowing lap. It wasn't really too much of a competition. Yeah, Deep Forest is a good track. Anyways, time for Laguna Seca, and where this time we are driving the GTSR Concept. Or as Rhino GT4 would put it, we are driving the snack. Well, the conceptual snack, but still a snack anyway. And I think the goal time I need to set is a 1 minute 23.1. Or at least that's the time I need to beat. I think it will be relatively easy to achieve that using this thing. If I can get a reasonable enough lap. And as long as I can manage to avoid sticking this car in the gravel or the sand. I think those are meant to be gravel traps, but it's probably sand because, well, this course is basically out in the middle of a desert, essentially. Although one thing I do like about this circuit in this game is the fact I'm saying that it's literally based on sunsets. So more or less the same tactic I used at Deep Forest. Just gotta come up with a smooth and contra-flowing lap where I know for sure that I'm not having to push too hard to achieve the gold. Hopefully this should be good enough for a gold, and yes it is. I think half a second. Because I wasn't pushing hard on that lap, I was just putting it to the brink of where I knew it was going to be good enough for me to be consistent. But yeah, I think that was a gold time. And yes it was, because I beat Goto's time by just over half a second. And Ikiyu is down in third. Yeah, they do have records on there for a reason, but you know, I'm just not bothered to look at those. Anyways, test 6, and this time we're going to Apricot Hill, and we are using what I consider to be the mascot of this game, the Toyota Castrol Tom Supra. And the time we have to beat is set by Yasuhara, which is a 1 minute 18.5. Can I do that? We shall wait and see. Will this be good enough to actually get the lap in this time? Considering that's one thing I've not managed to do. And I'm actually having to brake for that chicane because I know for sure that if I immediately hit one of those turns it'll just be a whole view. Anyways, out of the final corner, and there we go. I finally got the lap, I finally got my first lap in, and it was pretty much over a second ahead of the goal time. Anyways, new lap record. Okay, so had a little bit of trouble with this one, but once I got the lap in, it was pretty much, you know, just a fresh breeze from there. And I beat his time by just under 1.5 seconds. More or less. Anyways, time for Grand Valley, and we are in the car that I won Laguna Seca with. And where the time we have to beat is a 1:49.453, as set by Kurata. Let's see how we go. Also, by the way, I would like to mention this is time triangle 7. So, lap is looking good so far. I have not bottled it yet, under the circumstances I usually would. start-finish straight to get across, and there we go. I got the gold by by 2.5 seconds. I think. Or just about 2.5 seconds. And yes, I did. So my time was a 1 minute 46.9. And this will be the only time where I show off the records. So yeah, they're basically lap times set by the development staff, and you essentially have to beat the quickest of those in order to, say, you know, achieve the record time. Anyways, let's now head over to Swiss Alps, where we are driving the Impreza prototype, and where the time we have to beat is a 1 minute 23.703, as set by Takayama. I think I'm pronouncing these surnames correctly. Someone is going to have to correct me if I'm wrong. I think my pronunciations are correct. Just got to get through these hairpin turns. Now, didn't quite see what the goal time was, but I'm pretty sure that I'm probably ahead of that. And I think it was good enough for gold. Yes, it was. But by how much? Is the real question. Wow. That's probably the closest I've come to a gold throughout this entire segment so far. Only just over a 10th ahead of Takayama. I did not think it was going to be that close. I did not think it was going to be that close. Anyways. I do apologise if I repeated myself, but just something I have to do, as we now have just 2 circuits left. The first of those is Tahiti Maze, and the other one is Complex String. And where the time we have to beat in order to get a gold is a 1 minute 59.9, as set by Kagaya. And we also have Takama and Takahashi on the board as well. Alright, so that lap was an improvement on my first lap, but unfortunately it still wasn't even close to getting the gold, because I was 2 seconds off. I came closer than I did, but I still wasn't anywhere near close enough to actually see if it was possible for me to achieve such a, delinquency. And I reckon the main reason for that is because there are certain corners that I'm not quite able to get the momentum from to subsequently execute the fighting points I need to accomplish this. So I think I'm going to have to go a little bit earlier with my shifts, with when I'm changing gear, because that might actually help me out. If I do a little bit of short shifting. Although, I scrubbed off quite a bit of speed there, so that probably didn't help me out too much. Come on, keep it straight, keep it straight. Okay. I kept it straight. Managed to find a second sector. So I'm gaining some chunks of time, but it will just depend on knowing, of course, if the amount of time I have will be good enough for me to achieve the goals. Well, besides Apricot Hill, this is the only other circuit so far where I've actually had to challenge myself to get the gold, and I think this might be good enough, and only just. By half a second, I got the gold. Fucking hell. Did not think I was going to achieve that, but somehow in the end I did. Alright, and I achieved it by half a tenth over Kagaya, because if I didn't, then well, you know what, fuck it, I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Let's finish this. But yeah, okay, that is officially the closest I've come to narrowly achieving the gold. I think that's what was trying to spew out of my fucking mouth. Anyways. Final test, and it takes place at Complex String, and where the time we have to beat for a gold is 4 minutes and 49.8 seconds. Yeah, this is like my 6th attempt or something. Although up to this point I probably don't care, because this course will probably add on to that. And yes, that is the only real comment I'm going to make before I've done this lap. Okay, I think I managed to pick up some good time through there, at least through those squared corners. At least I think they were squared. So yeah, I managed to pick up some good time through that section. Let's see how much further I am. Although the lap isn't over yet, because I still need to, because there's still some more delta times yet to be found before this lap is done. But overall, yep, okay, I'm over 2 seconds quicker through that sector. Okay, but I still need to survive the rest of the lap and go quicker than the Ghost did. in order to officially make the final cut. In order for this lap to officially make the final cut up, eventually giving me the lap record. Which at the moment is something I'm not managing to accomplish very well. Although fortunately, however, I am feeling better around this section of corners than my Ghost is. Which oddly enough is the only reason why I am so far ahead. Because even though it wasn't necessarily a perfect entry, it was certainly a stronger entry into these corners than my Ghost did, or what I did previously. And I think I lost some time through there because I over-revved. Though it doesn't matter because I'm basically 3 seconds clear of my Ghost anyway, so not really going for any world records or anything. Yes, I did figure it was necessary for me to brake for that first one. It was basically the only way I would have properly survived. Yeah, I had to brake for that section. There was no way I was going to get through there without putting my foot on the brakes. There was no way I would have got through there if I didn't do that. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Give me some time. Will this be good enough? I'm hopeful in saying this is adequate enough. This seems potentially adequate. Can I finally manage to get the lap in that I want? Would be nice if I could. Come on, baby. Okay, through the final corner, but the real question is it good enough for gold? Please be good enough for gold. Please be good enough for gold. Please be good enough for gold. Yes, it is. And I beat my Ghost by 4 seconds. So I think that was about 2 seconds over what the lap record was previously, as set by Kaz himself. And yes, it was. So just about 2 seconds quicker than Kazunori Yamuchi's time on this event. And well, because I don't have a replay saved at complex string yet, I might as well do that. Alright, we are done. Now, let's get to our prize car, and where I'm pretty sure this is going to just win me money. Because the prize car is... a Panos Esperante GTR 1. Hey, guess what? I just won some money. So that's exactly what I am going to do with this thing. But there we go. That was time attack mode. Ah, oh, damn it! Why did I press arcade? Yeah, I don't know why I just did that. Anyways. And so, in the end of that, we are now 89.5% complete. So, I managed to find about 2% of the game overall. Officially. And, well, as for my prize car, well, since I already have one of these and it's just down here, I'm just going to sell this one for a whopping 500,000 credits, since I have discovered this is a car I do not need. And I now have over 3 million once again. Alright, so, I'm also going to show you what my actual GTR 1 looks like. It's basically this. But anyways, there we go. This is the prize car we win from time trial mode, even though I sold the doppelganger because this is my official GTR 1. Although that reminds me, there is something I probably can do with this thing for the next event, but... Anyways, that was time trial mode, and next time we shall be getting started with the Super License events. So I shall see you all in the next one. Or stay tuned for the next one, I should say.